So what if everything your parents taught you about money was wrong? I mean, what if their well-meaning advice was actually keeping you poor? That's the huge question at the center of one of the most famous finance books ever, Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Today, we're going to break down the story of his two dads and see how their advice completely changed the game for millions. Right at the start, you see this massive clash. On one side, you have his real dad, the poor dad. This guy was a genius, super educated, but always struggled with money. Then you have his best friend's dad, the rich dad, who dropped out in the 8th grade but ended up a millionaire. And their advice on what to do with your life, well, it couldn't have been more different. This is where it all begins. And look, this wasn't just a small disagreement. We're talking about two completely different ways of looking at the world, two totally separate mindsets that shaped every single decision about money, risk, and what it means to be secure. Let's break down how these mindsets actually worked. Poor dad's world was full of walls. I can't afford it, that's a sentence that just stops everything, right? It shuts your brain off. But rich dad, he would never say that. He'd ask, okay, how can I afford it? And that question, that little switch, forces your brain to light up and start searching for answers. One mindset is all about playing defense with your money. The other is pure offense. And this difference in thinking, according to the book, is why so many of us get stuck in what he famously called the rat race. It's this endless loop, and it's powered by two emotions we all know really well. The first one is fear. You know that feeling, right? That knot in your stomach about the bills, about getting fired, about just not having enough. That's the fear that drags you out of bed every single morning and sends you to a job just hoping that paycheck will make it go away. And then, just as you get paid, the second emotion hits, desire. The second that money is in your account, your brain just floods with all the cool stuff you can buy. A new phone, a vacation, a nicer car. And well, that desire makes you spend. And that's the cycle. That's the trap. Fear makes you work, then desire makes you spend, and then the bills come, which brings the fear right back. Get up, go to work, pay bills, over and over again. That's the rat race. So the big question is, how the heck do you get out? All right, the escape plan starts with lesson number 1. And I'm telling you, it's a complete 180 from what most of us have been told about how to build a life. It's all about flipping the script. Instead of you spending all your time working for money, the goal is to have your money start working for you. You want to own stuff that makes you money even when you're sleeping. You see, the real target here isn't just a bigger salary, it's financial freedom. It's getting to a point where your money is doing all the hard work, not you. And to do that, you have to get your head around one ridiculously simple but super powerful rule. Kiyosaki's big argument is that pretty much all our financial problems boil down to one thing. We just don't know the real difference between an asset and a liability. So what is this big secret? This one little distinction? Honestly, it's the foundation for everything else in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, first up, an asset. It's super simple. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. Think about a rental property that pays you every month, or stocks that give you dividends, or a business that makes money without you having to be there 24/7. And a liability? You guessed it. It's the exact opposite. It's anything that takes money out of your pocket. We're talking about your mortgage, car payments, credit card debt, all your bills. So here's how this plays out for most people. The money comes in from your job, and then whoosh, it flows right back out to pay for all your liabilities and expenses. The money never sticks around, it's just passing through. But the rich, they're playing a completely different game. They use their income to buy assets first, and then those assets make more money, which they use to buy even more assets. It's like a wealth-generating machine that just keeps growing. And this simple idea leads to the book's most controversial point. Okay, prepare yourself. We have all been told our entire lives that buying a house is the best investment you can make, that it's your greatest asset. Rich Dad says, nope, not even close. So let's just use the simple definitions we just went over. Does the house you live in put money into your pocket every month, or does it constantly take money out? When you lay it all out, the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, all the stuff that breaks and needs fixing, it becomes pretty obvious, doesn't it? A house you live in is constantly pulling money out of your pocket. So by Rich Dad's definition, it's a liability, not an asset. Okay, so if the key is to buy assets to get out of the rat race, how on earth are you supposed to do that? Well, the final big lesson, mind your own business, brings it all home.
This is such a critical idea. Kiyosaki says your profession and your business are two totally different things. Your profession is your job. It's how you get a paycheck. But your business is your collection of assets. Your job pays the bills. Your business is what makes you rich.
And the game plan is not to march in and quit your job tomorrow. Nope. The strategy is to use your job to fund your escape. You keep working to pay your bills, but you pour every spare dollar and all your energy into building up that asset column. You buy an asset, it makes money, and you use that money to buy another asset. And this, right here, is the finish line. This is what it's all about. The exact moment that the money coming in from your assets is more than all your monthly expenses, you're free. You don't need your job anymore. You have officially escaped the rat race. Look, Rich Dad Poor Dad isn't a magic wand. It's a wake-up call. It's a whole new way to think. And it really just leaves you with one final crucial question you have to ask yourself. Every day when you go to work, whose life are you making richer? Whose asset column are you building? Is it your boss's, the bank's, or are you finally ready to start minding your own business?